everyone. I'm Sam Caster, CEO of Evolve Health. I'm going to introduce you tonight to a discovery that I think is going to shift the paradigm of healthcare in the world. And how by combining this discovery with nature's most powerful immune modulating molecule called ace-mannan from the aloe vera plant, we're seeing results that have never been seen in nutrition or for that matter medicine before in terms of its impact on all of the functions of recovery, regeneration, and defense in human physiology. What does this discovery impact in the human body? It's a system called the endocannabinoid system, perhaps the most important physiologic system involved in establishing and maintaining human health. The endocannabinoid system is the master regulator of health. Cannabinoid receptor 1s regulate actions such as memory and mood and sleep and pain sensation. Cannabinoid 2 receptors regulate actions such as energy and balance, immune function, metabolism, and the anti-inflammatory response in the body. So, how do we support these receptors so that we achieve optimal health? There's plants in nature that contain molecules that are called phytocannabinoids. Phyto just means plant. And the plant that has the highest level of them is called the hemp plant. So the hemp plant makes phytocannabinoids that can restore balance and homeostasis. Phytocannabinoids work hand in hand with other signaling molecules in the hemp plant called terpenes to boost and modulate their individual effects on the endocannabinoid receptors. Hemp cannabinoids are large fat-soluble molecules that tend to cluster up, and so they're not easily absorbed. If you swallow these fat-soluble clusters, they get broken down in the digestive tract and in the liver, and the absorption rate is on average about 10%. Scientists have recently developed a new process that reduces the size of the cannabinoids from 2,200 nanometers down to 25 nanometers in structure, and then emulsifies them to create a hydrophilic or water-compatible molecule. The result? 90% absorption, which means it's much more bioavailable. Water becomes the carrying agent of these molecules, and water is easily absorbed into the human body through all the mucosal tissue in your mouth, through the upper GI tract, to about a 90% absorption rate. Now let's go back to that concept of the entourage effect. Hemp cannabinoids have taken the early limelight. It's the synergy activated by the terpenes that may steal the show. That's what science is determining. One of the more recent discoveries is the ability of these terpenes to help carry cannabinoids across the blood-brain barrier, where the highest concentration of CB1 receptors are located. So if you want the best efficacy from what is absorbed into the body, science is showing that these terpenes make a big difference. But due to their fragile nature, most are destroyed in the extraction process. New research indicates that adding a specific composition of these hemp terpenes back into the product created a more efficacious effect than adding more milligrams of hemp oil. Immunodeficiency caused by poor nutrition, stress, and toxicity has become the #1 cause of disease, disability, and death in the world today. Ace-mannan, the biologically active molecule in the aloe vera plant, has been shown to be nature's most powerful non-toxic molecule for rebooting the immunomodulatory functions of the immune system. By combining the immunomodulating fractions of ace-mannan with nano-sized hydrophilic hemp cannabinoids and additional hemp terpenes provides a symbiotic effect. It's not synergistic, it's symbiotic, like 1 + 1 = 4. And that can dramatically enhance the overall immune functions in the body of defense and repair. I can't even overstate the significance of putting these things together. And I may have a better perspective on that than anybody in the world today. Because in 1994, I started a research and development company in nutritional science and spent over $20 million researching and bringing to market the first stabilized ace-mannan technology. And it was just phenomenal, the response that we saw in consumers all over the world. It was so dramatic that in 1999, my wife and I started a not-for-profit organization called Manna Relief, so that we could deliver this ACE Mannin technology to some of the world's most medically fragile children. And the success of both ventures was very significant. From a commercial standpoint, we sold billions of dollars worth of ACE Man to consumers all over the world. From a humanitarian standpoint, we delivered over 100 million servings of ACE Mannin-based technologies to children in over 90 countries of the world. But you know, in spite of that incredible success that we saw in both ventures, there always seemed to be something missing. Some conditions responded better than other conditions. So we knew that in spite of all the good that we had done, there was something missing, or that's what it felt like. And so my prayer was, God, you know my heart for serving these children. I need to find that missing link. And less than 6 months ago, it was delivered. It came to me. I had a conversation with a colleague of mine, and he'd been working with a group of researchers in Florida that was taking full spectrum, broad spectrum hemp. And the difference between full spectrum and broad spectrum is that broad spectrum has all the components in the plant with the exception of one cannabinoid called THC, which is the narcotic. So they'd been working with broad spectrum. They had added extra terpenes to get the enhanced entourage effect. And they were using it in an integrative approach in clinics down there with patients who were responding or not necessarily responding to things like therapies like chemotherapy and radiation. And they were getting incredible benefits from this intervention. And the conversation got around to, what if we could take ACE Mannin and combine it with that? What do you think would happen? My response was, I think you'd see benefits that neither one of us have ever seen before, because I think there will be a true symbiotic effect, to combining these things. And so that's what we did. We did a small study. And I sent them ACE Mannin. They put it in a therapeutic paste, gave it to the patients, and the results just shot through the roof. And so then I knew that we had ended up landing on that missing ingredient in this equation of achieving optimal health. And so that's what we did. We combined ACE Mannin with the best technologies that we could find in the hemp industry. From the science that we've just covered, what is the best value? Not the cheapest cost, but the best value. If you take a 600 milligram bottle of CBD isolate, and that's the typical retail product. People don't know a lot about it. They just take it, and most of the time they swallow it. Let's say that you're getting that 10% absorption. That means in a bottle of product, you're getting 60 milligrams or 10% of the 600 milligram of what I'd call usable cannabinoid. And let's say the bottle costs $39 a bottle. That's 2 milligrams a day of usable cannabinoid. That's 65 cents per usable milligram. Now let's go to the 600 milligrams of nano-sized, hydrophilic-based, water-compatible CBD at a 90% absorption rate. That means effectively you're getting 540 milligrams absorbed into the bloodstream. That brings it down to 25 cents a usable milligram if the retail price is $138. So you have a $39 bottle that's providing 65 cents in usable milligrams and 138 that's giving you 25 cents a usable milligram. See the value proposition? When you add the enhanced immune support of a therapeutic amount of ACE Mannin, what is the value of that? I call it priceless. And that's what really distinguishes us from everybody else in the marketplace. So let's look at the market. The market is projected by the Brightfield Group to expand from a $500 million industry in 2018 to a $22 billion industry by 2022. There's never been anything like this in the nutrition industry. I think 10% of the industry can belong to us, Entourage Squared. And these are for the people who really want the best value impact from hemp-derived cannabinoids combined with the most powerful immunomodulating molecule in nature, ACE Mannin, and that's what we bring to market. Entourage Squared. It is a patent-pending formula. It is derived from organically farmed hemp oil. It is processed through the cleanest process called supercritical CO2 extraction. It is broad spectrum, which means we have 0.0% THC. It is absorbed at a rate of 5 to 7 times over other hemp oil products. It has the enhanced entourage effect of our proprietary blend of terpenes. And last but not least, the symbiotic effect that comes from the highest rated immune modulating ACE mannan technology in the market today, which is our unique product called Immune. Because we're a social business, guys, I've got to close with this. Every time a consumer buys one of our products, we make a contribution of that same ACE mannan-based technology to children in need all over the world. And that's, again, a very distinguishing thing about our company in the marketplace. So not only do we provide our consumers with the best value, the most efficacious technology, but our goal is to change the world in the process. So I hope you've learned a lot tonight. I hope this helps you understand why the value proposition that we're providing will get the best results and why you want to be involved with us. So blessings to everybody out there, and we'll see you soon.